all the distinguished guests that are here. Very good morning to all of you. I wonder, before I say this, I want to relay a story to you about... oh, staff from Lotoka here. Oh, Lotoka, how are you? Naka Tonga? Just recently, I attended, Ministry of Health had asked me to attend. It was for breast cancer. And I actually saw some very vivid pictures of what actually happens if you don't take notice and don't take care of yourself. This was in terms of women and breast cancer. It was certainly an eye-opener for everybody. And right at the end, I actually did mention a few words about men manning up and making sure that their ladies are taken care of, whether it's your mums or your sisters or your wife, I should say. And the same rule actually applies to men. This is something that's actually quite serious, and it's prevalent, and you would have heard all the information and stats that has been handed out. But it's something that you shouldn't be afraid of in terms of getting checked, in terms of finding out, in terms of sharing. You know, I think there are living examples of people who have found out and later on regretted not finding out early enough. You know, I'm sure the same rule applies, if I'm correct, that, you know, early detection is probably one of the best cures. So, you know, we find in Fiji that a lot of words, a lot of illnesses, etc., it's like a taboo to actually talk about it. It shouldn't be. It absolutely shouldn't be. We're all grown-up adults. We live in a very free age. It's something that you can talk about. It's something that's actually quite serious. It's something that you need to share with your loved ones at the end of the day. And also, you need to be conscious of these things. This is why the Cancer Society has actually done such a fantastic job letting everybody know around Fiji about how what it does and what it can do. So my advice to you would be, especially for those of us that are over 30, you know, go get yourself tested, go get yourself checked up. It's not bad. It's something that you should do early enough so you know. If you don't know and you hide it from your family, it's not good. And the same way I actually said to the gentleman that you should man up and take care of your ladies. Ladies, please also, the wives and the girlfriends and mums, and also you need to be able to talk to your husbands and your partners, etc., about these things to make sure that they do get checked up regularly for these kinds of things. It's indeed a pleasure again for me to be here today, and to be part of this particular auspicious occasion. I'm not sure how many other ministries have done it, but I hope everybody does. This is the actual first? Oh, we're always the first. Yes. This is the launch of our Movember Campaign for the Ministry of Lands and Mineral Resources, and also Industry, Trade and Tourism. Prostate cancer, as you would have known, is the most common cancer that affects men and over 50, and the risk increases with your age increase. And about 1 in 7, I'm sure the stats have been said, 1 in 7 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during their lifetime. In Fiji, I think, I'm not going to repeat this, but I think that the stats really need to be spelled out. In Fiji, is about 20, am I correct? 20 prostate cancer cases that are being recorded every year. You know, you could be one of the 20. It's not something to be afraid of. And these cases could be prevented through regular screening and early detection and treatment. And it's actually it's a serious disease, but most men, as I said earlier, you know, are afraid to go and actually get the checkup done and get diagnosed. So, in fact, more than about 2.9 million men in the US alone who have been diagnosed with prostate cancer at some time, they're actually still alive. You know, so it's not something you should really be afraid of. Paying heed to warnings and advice from medical professionals is also crucial in ensuring that prostate cancer can be detected early and the correct treatment is actually undertaken. You know, I urge you all of you, to consider the disease as a national health problem. And the commitment shown by the Fiji Cancer Society in raising awareness in this disease is in beginning to turn the tide and prostate cancer in our country. And I must ask all of you to please offer a big round of applause to the Cancer Society. They've done a wonderful, fantastic job. Through the campaigns such as the Movember Campaign, the Society is also raising a voice against this silent killer. And this is to ensure that all the stakeholders understand that prostate cancer, amongst other diseases such as heart and kidney disease and non-communicable diseases, is becoming a leading cause of death. Today, more and more men know how important it is to get smart, and you really must, all of you, must get smart. And when I say man up with respect to women, I also say man up about your own selves. You know, and you should get screened, and the campaign will should speak to our conscience, and so that we could join hands and help save a lot of more Fijian men's lives. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you know, today's a Movember campaign, and I see some have already started with their mustaches and beards. with the detailed statistics and analysis on the disease, it's readily available for those that are interested in actually getting the stats. Early detection, as I said, remains the key to all of this. And this is why the initiatives and programs and screenings are so important to us. In a big way, let us make the campaign avenue for dialogue and also for public awareness to save men's lives, especially those already affected by the disease. We still have much to do to match the courage of the Movember program and to live up to the vision of the day when all men are appropriately screened and when prostate cancer is defeated once and for all. This sea of blue stirs mixed emotions. I feel a huge sadness because of what the color has come to represent. Lives lost and lives changed in drastic and dramatic ways because of cancer. But I also feel a bit of joy and pride because every speck of blue, ladies and gentlemen, represents victory and hope for the future. And all of us here today probably know someone who has prostate cancer or actually has survived it or who has become a victim. And this is all the more reason for all of us to support this particular worthy cause. The government is surely behind this campaign, and considering that we share everything in common as a nation and people, what affects you affects the government. And we have a common identity, and so we need to take collective action against whatever or whoever threatens our existence. Now, in fact, as long as there is a reason to wear blue, there should be a reason to take action, to raise awareness among this, for this emerging health, and I'll call it a catastrophe, and therefore our country. It is therefore the obligation for every man and every woman and every young boy and every well-meaning Fijian to raise awareness about this particular disease, and hopefully one day we'll actually find a cure. And we can actually see the finishing line on the horizon, and hand in hand, I think we should address it all. So with those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I officially launch, and I'm really proud to say that the two ministries have gotten together. We'll be the first the government ministries to launch this. I'm really proud to say that. Thank you, PS, both PSs. Thank you, Vinaba Level. Thank you very much. Really proud to actually launch today's Movember campaign. And once again, I thank the Fiji Cancer Society for raising the awareness, and I urge us all to support this great initiative. Vinaba Level. Thank you very much.